Hello there, darlings. Welcome to the Clockwork Cabaret. They are old, they are not hip. They are the weird aunties that you didn't know you needed or wanted. And now, for a friendly reminder, this show is for adults. That darling DJ duo, Emmett Davenport and Lady Attercop, drink cocktails, have potty mouths, and at least one of them was raised by wolves.
And with the sound of the cuckoo, you know that it is time for the Clockwork Cabaret.
Hooray!
Hooray! I am Emmett Davenport.
And I am Lady Attercop.
And I have watched an obscene amount of cartoons in the last 48 hours.
Are we trading places now? Or like...
Oh no, I mean...
Do I have to be the Mopey Bloomers?
Maybe.
I have to be the steampunk killjoy?
I guess. I didn't realize that was my job, but...
Children, are you having fun? Stop that. You watch cartoons and set things on fire, and I will destroy the dreams of children.
Oh wait, I did set things on fire. I was gonna argue and say I didn't set things on fire, but no, I did.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody mistakenly gave me a little blowtorch thing, and I did actually set things on fire.
That was a mistake.
It was. I was actually having a little bit of too much fun, and I went, ooh, I should probably put that away.
Like a little creme brulee torch, or?
Yeah, it was a little acetylene.
Oh, no one has ever given me one of those with good reason.
I don't know if it was so much that Rupert gave it to me, but he pointed out that it existed.
It's the same thing.
And then went, do you know how to use this? And I went, yes, of course I do. It's like a little creme brulee torch. And he went, okay. And then proceeded to leave me on my own with a little blowtorch. And then I had to, of course, set things on fire.
Yeah.
So, yes. So I watched cartoons and
Yeah.
I think this might be like a Freaky Friday.
It's a Freaky Friday. It's our own Freaky Friday moment.
You get to be me, and I'm going to be you. Go watch cartoons and set things on fire.
Man, I'm bummed I don't have a tiny blowtorch. I'm not allowed to have a tiny blowtorch.
No, we had to take yours away.
I was given a full-size blowtorch in college once.
Oh, that seems
and not told how to use it.
Oh.
It seems like a too very large oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get goggles at least?
No goggles, no protective gear. Just handed a blowtorch and said, here. And I went, I don't. In a fit of self-preservation, let's be honest.
Okay.
In a fit of self-preservation, I went, I don't actually know how to use this. To which the instructor said, well, he was Italian, and I'm going to do a very bad Italian accent.
Okay.
Sorry, Italians, but not sorry. Oh, no, you twiggle this, you twiggle that, but don't twiggle that one too much, or a blow up. And it was one of those like, well, how much is too much? Which one? How much is too much? No, twiggle, not too much. No, these are not good instructions. These are bad instructions. And should I have, like, goggles? This building is very flammable. It's 100 years old. No, it's fine. Listeners, it was not fine. I did not. And it was full canisters, like the kinds of canisters that are on a dolly.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're too heavy to lift by yourself.
Yeah.
Listeners, it was not fine. I did not use the blowtorch that day because, like I said, in a fit of self-preservation, I went, this building is over 100 years old, and there's a photography studio on the upstairs section. I should not set it on fire.
Yeah, well, that was probably good.
This is the same teacher that let us build a kiln, quote, unquote, in the backyard area, quote, unquote. of the art studio.
Oh.
We were not supervised well. That's what I'm saying. There was some stuff going on that should not have been going on.
A kiln or barbecue pit?
It was, I say kiln, but it was essentially like, because we were trying to fire some clay in there.
Oh.
But we dug a pit. And we stuck a lot of flammable shit into the pit. To see, we lined it with tile, in an attempt to make it a kiln. Really, we just kept a really hot fire going for far too long. And I do not believe any clay was successfully fired that day because it has to be many thousands of degrees.
Well, yeah.
But someone had read a book and thought, you know what?
We can build one of these.
I bet we could do this.
Yes, with a whole bunch of untrained...
Oh, completely untrained.
Professional
art
art
students.
students.
Art students. Next to, once again, I feel like I should point out, a very flammable building full of art supplies, which are also very flammable.
Yeah, most art supplies.
And a photography studio, and all those chemicals, 100% flammable.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a wee Emmett, I was put in charge.
I can hear the quotes around that word.
Yes, of the graphic arts studio where I had access to, a Mercury camera and an enlarger and printing press and screen printing equipment and various other sundry chemical things that and the press that was used to burn the plates for the printing press.
Yes, the printing plates.
That was the Mercury.
Oh, good.
The Mercury printer camera thing that basically we would put this sheet of rubber on top of where the plate would go, and then you would turn it on and then step back.
Yes.
10 feet.
That will save you.
10, 15 feet. No, it was only like 10 feet, maybe, from the camera while it went on. And as you saw the lights, when it turned off, that meant it was okay to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. So that was probably real smart.
I went to a sketchy dentist once where they took my x-ray and...
They just gave you a piece of lead?
No. They just put me in the chair and then everyone left the room and left me alone in there with all of the radiation.
Oh, well, there you go.
Everyone else left.
It's
like, you don't want those ovaries to work, right? Actually, no, I don't. But you didn't ask me that before you turned on the x-ray machine.
You didn't even get the lead apron?
No, I did not get the lead apron.
Because I've gotten the lead apron and then everyone else moves.
That's
from the other room.
Normal procedure.
Oh, yeah.
I did not get the lead apron.
Oh.
Yeah, I just got the full dose of radiation. Yeah. And then they went, "Oh, you've got piercings." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Was I supposed to remove those?"
Good that you noticed that.
They are all in my face, so it's a little hard to miss, but apparently you did.
Yeah.
It should have felt... That was the same dentist that I was like, is it true that natural redheads anesthetize, like, go through, the what is it that they inject you full of?
Something.
Novocaine.
Sleepy stuff.
Yeah, sleepy stuff.
The sleepy numbing stuff.
The numbing stuff.
The nummy sleepy stuff.
That numbing liquid they put in your head.
I don't know what it's called. I have no idea.
Novocaine.
Yes.
I said, is it true that natural redheads, go through Novocaine faster? Like, we burn through it faster than, brunettes? And the dentist went, I don't know, you're the first natural redhead I've ever had. And then they proceeded to give me more Novocaine.
Just to be
on the safe side.
Yeah.
And then I went, should I be driving home? The answer is no, I should not have been driving home, but it did anyway, because, Florida. All of these things happened in Florida.
Not surprising at all.
So what we're saying is when both of us drop dead from cancer, you have a variety of things to choose as what caused our demise.
Being children of the 80s and 90s, I think, is a huge part of it.
man, they just did not care.
No.
They were like, just, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Here, play with this mercury for a little while.
Oh, yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, you played with mercury in science class.
Yeah, also my mother was once given mercury tablets for some medication of some sort. So
no.
I'm sure that was a smart and healthy
very
thing.
toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what exactly it was supposed to treat at the time.
Syphilis.
But, I mean, she was a small child, I think, when she was given it. So who knows?
I was thinking, like, what do they use mercury for? Syphilis?
Yeah, who knows? But
Bad skin?
But, yeah, I do remember playing with mercury.
Yeah, from a boat.
On a table.
From a thermometer.
Yeah.
Did it break?
It was in a class.
Yeah, we played with it in class, too.
Yeah, and I felt like, looking back on that didn't seem like a smart thing, especially when learning about the mercury camera in the graphic arts class where I was told to step back because it will sterilize you. And that was from my graphic arts teacher telling me, and I thought, but we played with mercury like not 5 hours ago.
Yeah, no, you want to step back at least, I don't know, 5 feet. 5 feet seems yeah. No, that seems fine.
It's fine.
What 5 feet away, you can't cook your organs that bad. No, you're fine.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, did you ever have any of the, we're old listeners is what we're saying.
Yeah.
We had fallout drills when I was in elementary school.
Oh yeah, we had those when I actually lived very, very closely to 3 Mile Island when there was the accident.
We lived near Turkey Island, which was in Miami. That was the nuclear power plant in Miami.
Well, in 3 Mile Island, when 3 Mile Island had their accident in the late 70s, we lived on the eastern shore of Maryland. Mm-hmm. It was like 5 miles or something from it. So essentially, like, if it had actually been an explosion, we would have been vaporized. It would not have, like we would not have been able to have escaped that or seen the weird things. So that was a thing that, in that part of Maryland, we had drills where they would make us climb under the desks and stuff like that. Yes. Yeah. And
we had those in Florida as well. It's like, if there's a nuclear holocaust, what you're going to do is get under your desk.
Yeah, because apparently that is going to protect you. It is not. It's just something, it's essentially something used to calm people so that you have something to do. And when we moved to New Hampshire, we lived right off of the Connecticut River, and we lived right across from Vermont Yankee, which is a nuclear power plant. And one thing that they don't tell you about nuclear power plants is that periodically throughout the month, they just vent
steam
mm-hmm. that comes out in a mushroom cloud. Mm-hmm. And so if you are not prepared or aware of that, you can make your whole family flip out and climb into the car to try to escape
the Holocaust.
Yes, because that is what my mother did.
Well,
and we got pretty far away, and when my mom went, wait a minute,
there's no sirens.
There's no one else seems to be in a hurry. No, there's no noises. No one's doing anything. This is strange. And so we turned around and went home and then asked someone, and they're like, oh yeah, no, that just happens.
It also, fun fact, the Turkey Island nuclear power plant in Florida helped save the American crocodile cut it off the endangered species list.
Oh, because it made the water
warmer, so they bred more. That's just a little. So now not only are there alligators in the water in the swamp of Florida, but crocodiles as well.
And that are probably radioactive.
They might be a little radioactive, but at this point,
What
Clearly,
isn't?
Who isn't?
Yeah.
We still didn't have to deal with active shooter drills in our schools at our time, so that's like,
Yeah. Well,
hey, we were afraid of dying in a nuclear holocaust, but we didn't have to deal with our mass shooting drills, so
yeah. That's not. I don't know if that's a.
And we're definitely all getting cancer,
Yeah.
but hey,
Oh yeah.
we smoked clove cigarettes. We were getting that anyway. That's an extra special kind.
Oh, I miss those.
I do too. Banned. We would still smoke them.
We would.
We are old and pathetic, and we would still have them.
I would. Those things were good.
They were good. That's
I
why
mean,
they were illegal. That's why they made them
know.
illegal, because they were too
Terrible.
good.
They were terrible. But good.
Bad for you. Bad for your kids. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke.
Unless they're cloves, in which case mail them to us.
Just send them to us.
Just send them to us so you don't smoke them. Or
Yes.
you can find our address on agonyauntstudios.com. Just saying, if you happen to have some.
I feel like we're not allowed to ask for that stuff.
For cigarettes?
Yes.
We're old enough to have cigarettes.
I
I am an adult.
That's true.
And I'm
We
an
are adults.
American adult, and I can smoke a gun if I want to.
And on that note, we're going to play some good, wholesome music.
There was a bee, a pretty little bee. I see why you might choose it. I'd rather have a madman wasp, 'cause he plays all the music.
Choose the Madman Wasp. He plays all the music.
And
So,
especially not Bruno.
no, not Bruno.
No,
Never
no,
Bruno.
no.
No. I was inspired by my desire to want to be a cartoon character for this playlist.
I want to be a cartoon character.
I want to be a
don't
cartoon.
want to write a cartoon, animate a cartoon, inspire a cartoon, be a cartoon.
Inspiring a cartoon would be fine. So any inspiring animators who want to, I have some very good ideas about cartoons that I could be in. Don't get me wrong.
So does everyone.
Yeah, well,
It's like
it's
when
true.
somebody finds out you've drawn a comic in the past. Oh,
I have
would
some ideas.
I would love to tell you about my comic idea. I
have-
would love not to hear about it.
Yes. Well, I have tons. I mean, only some of them are autobiographical of sorts, but I have other ones.
The Adventures of Little Emmett.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a whole I have a whole thing. I have the Adventures of the Davenport siblings. I have where we go on adventures on an airship.
Very Scooby-Doo-esque.
Yes,
Do you have
yeah,
a special guest every week?
yes. Oh, of course.
It's Don
It's
Knotts.
historical figures.
Oh.
Historical figures would be guests, possibly with a bunch of the actors from like What We Do in the Shadows doing the voices, because there's something about, or IT Crowd that I
Just
because
one, yeah.
mostly because I want to meet them.
But Matt Berry.
Yes.
Matt Berry is Nikola Tesla. Alternating current!
Yeah, just that'd be-
I love pigeons!
Oh yeah, no, there would be a whole underlying story about his upsetting relationship with the pigeon.
These do not
And-
sound like children's cartoons.
Oh, it would not be a children's cartoon. I mean, there'd probably be something for children to like, but they would be adult cartoons.
Adult Swim, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
We cannot animate.
No.
We are not good at that, but boy, do we have ideas.
We do. I have so many ideas and so little talent.
Or time, honestly.
Yeah. Who knows?
Given enough time, I could teach myself to animate. Will I?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. Can I use stick figures?
I mean, yes, also yes, but will I do that?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. I mean, we have puppets, and we have never bothered to teach ourselves how to do puppets. So
How to be good at that?
yeah, so I find it really hard to believe that we'd be good at animation.
And the bar is so much lower.
Yeah, it's just a
So
puppet.
much. Well, not for like top
Good.
tier.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
for like, we're not talking Muppets. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not aspiring to that. Just competent. We
Yeah.
didn't bother to learn to be
No.
competent puppeteers.
No.
There are plenty of people on YouTube ready and willing to teach you how to be a competent puppeteer. Did we do any of those things? No. Did we watch the videos? Mostly. Were we drinking while we watched the videos? Without a doubt.
Oh, well, I didn't even watch the videos.
I watched the videos.
Oh, well, you're a step ahead of me because I didn't even bother.
You know,
I couldn't be arsed to go and look at some videos. I just went,
I'm sure I can figure this out on the fly.
I just basically went, it'll be fine. We're gonna be drinking. Who's gonna be are people
No
really
one's
gonna pay
turning
attention?
in for the puppeteer.
Yes.
Here's the thing about watching something on a YouTube video that's instructional. It actually does not teach you how to do the thing. Or at least it doesn't teach me how to do the thing. I have to.
Oh no, I've actually learned. Yeah, no, I agree because that's not how I learn. That's not how I learn to do anything. So it does not work. And in fact, it just becomes a lecture. And like all lectures that I have ever been involved in, I just tune it out.
Oh, I pay attention. I'm paying attention. I'm watching.
Oh,
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I think I'm learning. I feel very confident up until the point I have to go do the thing. And they're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is an utter disaster. The only thing I ever successfully, not ever successfully, I have learned some knitting and crocheting techniques off of YouTube. I managed to light my pilot light once.
Oh.
Without blowing up anything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, with using a YouTube video.
You set the appropriate thing on fire.
I set the appropriate thing on fire.
You'll
yes,
see that
the pilot light.
That was the trick. You were involved in a fire incident, and you had to set the right thing on fire.
I have experience with setting things on fire, so you know.
If given an option between setting the correct thing on fire and the not correct thing, you managed to do it. So
yeah, I was trying to set and I was trying.
Yeah, so
I did do that once.
So that was a good,
10 years ago. But I'm hanging on to that victory.
Hey,
because YouTube did not make me a better puppeteer.
No,
because that takes practice. It turns out.
Yeah,
and it's also not made me a better cosmetologist. Again, it takes practice.
Well, so I tried to practice doing the puppets, and Rupert asked me very politely to stop, as he found it very upsetting, especially because the puppet is a miniature version of me.
Were you going up to him with the puppet and practicing at him?
I was around.
Were you making the puppet talk to him?
I was. I was making the puppet talk to him.
There's your first mistake.
I was under the table while the puppet was talking to him. I was just asking normal, simple questions like, what would you like for dinner? I was thinking about making, I don't remember what I was going to make, meatloaf or something. I don't make meatloaf. It was like shepherd's pie or something, and he was just like, I don't find this at all enjoyable.
That is a little weird.
And I was like, but why? It's just I need to practice. And he was like, no.
You were using the puppet as a proxy.
Yeah, because I thought that's what the puppet was for.
You're going up to him with the puppet. Let's go on a romantic date.
Let's have a date. No, I will
touch you with my puppet hand.
Yeah, no, that would not go over very well. I once mistakenly came home in white clown face to poor Rupert after doing a photo shoot, and
as one does
occasionally, and he would not speak to me for quite some time. He actually sent me to go wash my face because he was like, nope.
He locked himself in the bedroom. I had slipped a note under the door.
Yeah, to be fair,
wash your face.
Yeah, to be fair, I had forgotten that I was in full clown makeup because I had been in it for 8 hours and it didn't. And I came home and was all like, "Hey, did you miss me?"
And then give me a clowny kiss.
And then he turned around and saw me and just went, "Nope," and turned around and went, "You need to go wash your face because I can't look at you."
To be fair, if I came home in full clown makeup, I do believe Mr. Ducky would divorce me right then and there, only slightly before he died from a heart attack. You know, divorce papers would immediately be served, and then he would drop dead, and I'd be like, "Wait, am I a widow or am I divorced now?
No,
I don't."
I guess you just gotta.
You gotta whichever one hits the ground first.
Yeah.
If he hits the ground first, I'm a widow. If the divorce papers hit the ground first, I'm divorced.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was.
If Mr. Ducky ever drops dead of mysterious circumstances, I and clown makeup certainly had nothing to do with it. Just continue.
Yeah. Well, and so Mr. Rupert was not
a fan of the clown makeup.
Clown makeup.
Or the tiny
or the puppet.
Or the tiny you offering to make him dinner with its tiny puppet hands.
Yeah. It's fun. It's just how you keep adventure and the spark alive in a relationship that's over 20 years old. That's just how you do it.
We've both been in relationships for a very long time.
Yeah.
This is here's what we offer the next generation.
Yes.
Here's how you keep the spark alive.
Yeah.
Upsetting puppets
and
clown makeup.
And sometimes coming home in clown makeup.
Well, now hey, somebody's gonna find out something that they didn't know about themselves. And they might blame us.
Yeah, well.
Your mileage may vary. If you find out you have a fetish from this podcast, neither Emmett or myself or Agony Aunt Studios can be held legally responsible.
And with that note, this has been the Clockwork Cabaret. She is Lady Attercop.
And they are Emmett Davenport.
And it's not work we do.
It's
love.
Puppet love.
This is Mad Wasp Radio, home of the hits.